The French have a saying, le petit mort, and it means after you have sex, after you have sexual intercourse, there's a sort of little death, and because the goal of the ego to perpetuate the story of time and space has been achieved, you're going to pass on your progeny to the next generation. And there's a little moment there where you have this feeling of emptiness, not the emptiness necessarily of the absence of satisfaction, but the emptiness of the presence of it and what goes beyond satisfaction, and the duality of dissatisfaction and satisfaction in the world. And the mind just becomes very quiet, and because the ego agenda is so strong, and nothing wrong with that in creating a new life. But then there's a sort of philosophical moment, and there's Japanese prostitutes that they often, I've heard a story about them, and they'll do the deed with their client, and then they'll read philosophical text, because that's when the mind is really open. It's like, well, beyond this urgency of the physical form to perpetuate itself, what's it all for? And in that little death, in that emptiness, often we find, when all our needs are satisfied at a certain level, a calling to something bigger, deeper, more vast and profound. And then we get back caught back in our life, and we may have glimpses of it in a yoga class, or we may have glimpses of it in some strange, unexpected experience that comes along in the normal passage of life. But that calling to wake up from the dream is constantly at large in the background. And then when the mind is open enough, we have some kind of experience of that. And it's little moments of synchronicity like that mark the path of our deeper interest in liberation.